doing that. What I love about the Robot Cloud solution, or really any management solution, is you could throw out that Excel sheet and you can run a live report and show them exactly to the day what devices they have. So let's get started. And I'm not showing a very exciting screen here, so let me switch out of here for a minute. Let's get started on talking about the newest addition to Robot Cloud, which is the Starter Kit. And this is, can everyone see our website here that I've just minimized? We have, if you're on the Robot Cloud page, which is robotcloud.net or forgetcomputers.com and navigate to Robot Cloud, there is a Learn More link. And the Learn More link will show you a lot of details about Robot Cloud. In fact, there's so much information here that we often ourselves have to refer to it in some cases where we can't remember everything. And traditionally we've had what we're calling Pro inventory alerts and fully automated actions or action packs. Some of you may know we used to call that policies. It's now actions. And now we've got this new version, the Starter Kit. And the way the Starter Kit works is you sign up, and we're going to send invitations to everyone at the end of this webinar so you can give it a try if you're not already trying the beta. It is currently a beta, so you will find problems, and we would really appreciate it if you would send us those problems and send us that feedback so that we can get the improvements out there and finish the beta and get it out to a wider audience. So the way it works is simply every machine needs what we call SupportMenu. And here's an example of SupportMenu. It runs in the menu bar. You can rip it off, which is kind of cool. You can put it back. You can quit it, Command Q, and it will quit. And I'm just going to relaunch it here. Actually, no, I'm not going to relaunch that one because I've been playing around with way too many versions, so I had to revert to this version for this demo. And it's fully customizable by you, the administrator. You have to authenticate, and you have to know your admin password. Okay. And here's where you can add Zendesk accounts. I have ours added here. You can add multiple Zendesk accounts. I've added CrashPlan. I've added ScreenSteps Live. They use Zendesk. A lot of vendors that we use also use Zendesk, and it's great to add their Zendesk ticketing system here so that if I interact with them, I can get tickets right here. Currently I have no open tickets, but I could start a ticket and say, hi team, please respond. This is going to go to our Zendesk, so I'll send that out. Now I've got a ticket, hi team, and eventually if they're paying attention to me, they'll respond, and I'll get an alert about that. You can also add tools, which are local applications. I haven't added any here yet, and links, including web links and phone numbers. So we have our phone number here, which is actually getting obscured. That looks like a bug to me. Maybe it's because, let's see. Yeah, that did not used to go behind. It used to go in front. So that's an example of a bug we'd like everyone to report so we can get that fixed. And the other great thing about this version is the Device Scout integration. So when you first launch it, this is empty. When we invite you into Device Scout, you'll get your own unique enrollment key. Please do not screenshot this and use this because you'll simply enroll your device into my Device Scout instance, which might be fun, but typically not something you'd want to do. And you can see that the menu bar, out of habit, I clicked it before I could show you, but it was rotating saying, hey, something's going on here, and that's because somebody has responded to this ticket. So if I go in here, I see Nathan says, hi Ben, what's up? And I'll just say, thanks Nathan, please close this request. And that changes back to blue, which is the color Zendesk uses for an open ticket, and of course that stops rotating. So once we've enrolled a device into Device Scout, we want to log into Device Scout. So I'm going to log in with my credentials. You'll have your own. And you can see that I've enrolled 3 devices in this case. This is my MacBook Air, which I'm on right now. And then I've also enrolled, my boys have an iMac, my wife has a MacBook Pro. Currently we're only enrolling Mac devices. However, very soon we will also have iOS. So you will have the ability to enroll Mac or iOS. And this is an entry-level product. It's a what we might call a very light touch product. It makes absolutely no changes to the device. It simply gathers information and displays it here. And a lot of the information that it gathers, serial number, model number, with nice links to Apple's detail page for more information. Of course, the software, the OS that's running. We don't have GSX integration like we do in the full-fledged Robot Cloud products. That's a pro feature. But we do have a link that takes basically the serial number and dumps it into the Apple warranty status page, so you can get some basic information just by looking it up right here. And you can see I'm fully covered, so I'm good. Last check-in, last inventory update. I am encrypted with File Vault. My battery's looking good. Workload, that's a pro feature. Memory, this is up to date and not upgradable, so I don't have a lot of information here. But if I go to another machine, the boys' iMac, that's a glitch we need to fix. It should tell me the maximum memory, and it doesn't. So I've found 2 problems with our own solution just during this demo. And here's an example I was looking for. This is a machine that can go to 16. It's only got 8. And if I want to upgrade, I can just click on this link, which takes me directly to the correct memory page within Other World Computing, which is where we often buy our RAM. It's really great out here in the suburbs. And then backup is another pro feature. Now the pro features, if you did outgrow the solution or you wanted to, for other reasons, upgrade, this would take you back to the page I showed you earlier where you can view the different features. And one of the big differences, let's talk about the limitations of the starter kit. It is limited inventory. It doesn't have a full list of inventory items like the Pro version or the Actions version. If you scroll down the list, you'll see the differences. It also does not have email alerts, meaning today, if you have a problem with a device, you have to make it a habit to go into Device Scout to view that. And unfortunately, it's kind of a bad demo because I don't have any warnings right now, but if I did, they would show up here and be highlighted. So it's really quick and easy just on this first page to see what your problem areas are. Let me close this, this. And so web alerts only. You do get email alerts with inventory and alerts and action packs. And I already mentioned it's Mac only. It's also a flat location, meaning this is why we limit it to 25 devices, because you're really just going to get one list here. In the upgraded version, you have the ability to define multiple locations, whether it's by client, by building, by location, Chicago, New York, LA, or any number. We've had clients split things up in any number of ways. And once they're split up, you can invite people into different groups. You can still, with the starter kit, invite as many people as you want. So what I recommend, if you're a managed service provider, and by the way, we have people using this and beta testing this in small businesses, in schools, managed service providers, and even in some cases the consumer market, or what's sometimes referred to as the prosumer market, where it's the individual, maybe yourself, who handles your family devices. We all have way too many devices at home now. And the extended family, mom or grandma has devices, and they have questions, and you're like, oh, I have no idea what you're even talking about. But if they're enrolled in Starter Kit, you can quickly see what the status of their device is. So getting back to the locations and how to deal with this as an MSP, you simply buy multiple instances. So if you've got 10 clients, you have 10 different Device Scout instances, each with their unique enrollment key. Each client gets their own enrollment key. You distribute SupportMenu with that enrollment key, and you create the login for each instance. Maybe it's an alias, client A at yourdomain.com, client B, whatever your alias system is for email, and you invite them. You then control this instance, and you can invite as many people as you want. So here I've invited my wife, Christine, to log in and participate. I could invite the boys. I could invite anyone I want to log in here and view this, but I control it, and I determine who can gain access and who cannot, and I can, of course, delete users. If I forget my enrollment key, of course, I could go into SupportMenu and copy and paste it, or I could go in here and grab it in my configuration page. And this is where we're trying during the beta to get feedback and enhance the enrollment process. And I know very clearly that what we're missing here is a download link to SupportMenu, and that will be coming soon. You'll be able to just go to the configuration page, get the latest version of SupportMenu, download it, and install it in any method that you choose. And we have a document. If I go to the beta page, here's how it works. I'll make sure you all have this link. This is an important link to have. This is how to use your starter kit. It talks about the requirements, 10.7 or greater. SupportMenu, the current version that we're using, where to send feedback, how to enroll, check your email, enroll the device, get your unique key, drop it in. Configure Device Scout however you'd like. This is what mine looks like. And then it's also important to know that if you want to add users to Device Scout, which we just talked about, or if you want to distribute Device Scout on your own. Robot Cloud in the Pro version distributes it for you with actions. With the basic inventorying alerts or the Pro inventorying alerts, it does not. So you need a distribution method, and that could be however you like, but we have details on how to do that. It's relatively easy to just copy a particular preference file from one machine to another so that all of your support menus look the same. You don't have to go around and customize each one of them. So we've got distribution options. And then we also have a very small FAQ and troubleshooting, and some fixes that we recently implemented. And you might want to just read through here and see if there's anything that you're experiencing that we already know about. One of the things we know about is, for example, Zendesk now has what they call custom fields. And if a Zendesk account uses custom fields, we cannot, through the API, determine what those custom fields are. We've talked to Zendesk about this. There's currently no fix for it. There's currently no way around it, at least according to Zendesk. And when they do fix that, we will also fix that. In the meantime, if a custom field is required, we simply redirect the user to the website where they can submit the ticket. Once the ticket's submitted, it will show up here in SupportMenu. So I've talked really quickly. I've talked about a lot of stuff. The basics are with SupportMenu, which is fully customizable, including, I forgot to mention, including putting your own logo and your own tagline in here. You can really make this look like it's your product. You send it out with or without the enrollment key, depending on how you plan to use it, but the real value is the enrollment key to funnel everything to Device Scout, so that you can keep track of all of your devices. And we're really excited when we get iOS in there, because we'll have a complete package for that starter kit. And then SupportMenu allows not only you to control what this looks like, but if your users are administrators, they can also add additional features into SupportMenu if that's the type of user that they are or not. So Amy, I want to go ahead and jump into Q&A before we run out of time here. And correct me if I've missed anything, because I tend to do that.
No problem. That's a lot of information. Just reviewing some of the questions here. There's a lot of questions, Ben, so I'm going to, if I start firing these at you too fast, just tell me to slow down. I have a question about pricing. Can you tell everyone how this is priced?
Yeah, good question. It's currently $99 per year for up to 25 devices.
Great. All right, I'm a Robot Cloud customer now. Can I use the starter kit for a segment of my customers?
Yes, you certainly can. You can mix and match. In fact, I have this machine just as an example. It's an unusual example, but I have this machine enrolled in Robot Cloud Actions, which is our full-featured Robot Cloud. And then on top of that, I've also enrolled it into Starter Kit. So Starter Kit will work not only with Robot Cloud, but it will not interfere with any other solution out there, because it's simply gathering information locally and sending it to Device Scout.
Okay, we got another question from a Robot Cloud customer. Can I take advantage of SupportMenu 3.0? When can I get my hands on that?
Yes, very soon. It is still considered a beta, so we're just trying to finish up a few odds and ends here. But very soon we will be sending SupportMenu 3.0 out to all of our current customers so that they can customize it. And if they're part of Robot Cloud Actions, then they simply need to. Sorry, I got a little feedback on my when I'm talking. They simply need to customize it and send us back a preference file so that we can send that out to their customers. So look for that in the next couple of weeks.
Is there a way to only use SupportMenu? If so, what is the cost for that?
Oh yeah, so if you're not interested in the benefits of Device Scout, you simply want to have SupportMenu. We are in the process of getting SupportMenu in the Apple Store or the App Store. So you'll see that there at 99 cents through the App Store, hopefully within the next month, unless it gets rejected and we have to resubmit it. So look for that soon. Before the shopping season.
Ben, I'm curious about the person that answered this question. I wonder if this means that they're managing their Macs with another solution. And that brings me to another question one of our folks in the audience had was, does it work well, or is there interference with another management solution, out there? So could I use SupportMenu with another Mac management tool?
Yeah, there's really kind of what I mentioned earlier. There's really no interference at all introduced by SupportMenu. It's a standalone application that simply allows you to make some customizations and some jumping off points to the web or local applications, and then it's got that great integration with Zendesk. So which I love. If anyone here uses Zendesk, it's fantastic to have tickets, as you saw in my example, interact right there in the desktop in the Finder, not have to go into email, because I try to avoid email because I get way too much of it. So yeah, SupportMenu will not interfere with anything, including our own solution, which is fantastic because so many of these solutions require certificates or enrollment profiles, and in some cases you can only have one enrollment profile per device when it comes to, say, an MDM solution, which now I'm getting a little bit into iOS and away from the Mac, but they're converging here and there. So, yeah.
We have another pricing question. Say I have a customer that has 100 plus Macs. How would we price that out from the starter kit perspective? Would that be?
Yeah, starter kit is really only for a small number of users. 25 is currently the limit. So in that case, for 100 devices, you're really better off going the Pro route, which is the Pro Inventory and Alerting, which has a lot more features, allows you to get alerts emailed and get more details, including a breakdown of organization into groupings.
What operating system does this work with?
It works with the Palm Trio and, no, I'm just kidding.
Huh.
It works with OS 10.7 and above.
Great.
We looked at supporting 10.6, but we decided that was way too old. So 10.7 and above.
So Ben, I have another clarification question regarding going from SupportMenu 2.0 to SupportMenu 3.0. If I know we've got some Robot Cloud customers out there now that are actively using SupportMenu 2.0, when we are migrating Robot Cloud customers to SupportMenu 3.0, that'll just get pushed out and replace 2.0. Is that correct?
Yes, there's a specific procedure we need to follow to make sure that the 2.0 preferences, especially the Zendesk username and password, get passed over. But that's certainly something that will work in the finished product. It's worked on and off with the beta, so I just got to warn you, if you're doing the beta, you may find in some cases it works, and others it doesn't. But in the final version, it will work because we need it to work, because we don't want to have to go around all of our clients and redo their settings.
One last support menu question, and then there's a demo request. Question about, can we do any language customization for support menu 3.0? If we've got our international friends that are Robot Cloud users, is there any support for those customers?
Good question. You do have the ability to label. Let me unlock this for a second. You have the ability to type and label whatever you'd like here. So I like to think that there's some basic support, but the items here, the about, Zendesk tools and links, those and save changes currently are English only. And then you asked about a demo. I believe I was supposed to do a demo, and I totally failed to do that. But when it comes to actions, this is a really nice demo, a really quick demo. And this is self-service, which not everyone's self-service is going to look as obnoxious as mine. I have like all the options here for the demo. But when it comes to actions, one of our demos is speed test, internet speed test. So I'm going to look for speed, and I see this here, and it describes what the test does. And if I click on it, it's going to run that test. And this has been helpful for us because we often get people calling in saying, "Oh, my internet feels slow." And now we can say, "Well, let's run a test." And rather than us have to remote in and help them with this test, we just have them launch self-service, and they can launch that from the support menu. Although I haven't added it here because I've been messing around with my demo too much. But launch it, run it. The feedback will be presented here in a few minutes on the screen. And what's fantastic about this solution is not only will the feedback be presented, but they'll have the option to generate a ticket and send that directly to our Zendesk or not. And if you're the one running this and it's your Zendesk, then of course it goes to your Zendesk, not ours. So here are the results. Here's my download speed, my upload speed. If I think there's a problem with this, I can create a ticket directly from here, and that information will get dumped into the ticket, or I can say no thanks. Just to keep our inbox clean, I'm going to say no thanks. But that's just a great example of what support menu, or rather self-service, can do for your users. And one last comment about self-service, which is a Jamf software tool, by the way, is you do not have to be an administrator. I'm not an administrator of this machine, but I can run a lot of administrative functions that are built in to self-service. So it's a great way to enable your end users securely to run administrative functions if they qualify.
Could you briefly just show the information section of the Call the Doctor action? I had a question about that one. This is one of the actions that Chad and Nathan, who are part of our Robot Cloud engineer team, were quite proud of. Do you remember, Ben, the story behind the creation of this particular action?
I don't recall. Maybe it was a 24-hour Doctor Who marathon. I don't remember.
There is we'll have to share that later, but there is a story behind that. So in this one particular action, if you really can't determine what is going on with the Mac, this is one action that just kind of does a little bit of everything. It does do a restart, like it says, and literally 5 minutes after it runs, it restarts. I've timed it; it works, and I've used it a couple of times on my machine, and it's one of my favorite. We do have a couple more questions left. Does one just real quick question about the internet speed test action? Does it always go into Zendesk from Device Scout? You can choose whether or not you want it to create a ticket or not, and it's actually not coming from Device Scout, it's coming from Robot Cloud. Ben, do you want to go into more detail on that question or that answer?
Keep in mind that if you don't have your own Zendesk, then what it's going to do is it's going to dump it into our Zendesk, and we're going to identify it as coming from coming from one of your clients, and we're going to assign it to your default email address that you've set up with Robot Cloud. If your end user is signed in to SupportMenu and you're running your own Zendesk, which you can get now for as little as $30 a year for a basic package. So $30 a year, totally worth it to get email alerts like that sent directly to your end users and to have some interaction with them. But no, you do not have to use the Zendesk integration. It's optional.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone, so much. We did have a couple other questions that came in, which we will address separately. As Ben mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, you guys are all going to receive an invite to our beta test and a link to join, if you haven't already, our Robot Cloud for the Mac Actions evaluation experience. Any ideas for improvements, any feedback at all, again, please send them to info@forgetcomputers.com. If you happen to be on Twitter, we would love for you to follow us. We try to regularly update our Twitter feed with any enhancements or feature requests. On the screen, you will see our 3 Twitter handles. We would love new followers. Also, next month, September 24th, we are hosting a customer spotlight. 2 Robot Cloud Actions customers are going to be sharing how they've developed an interstate relationship to support each other and using Robot Cloud to do that. Sort of a romantic story, if you will. And our events are always posted on forgetcomputers.com. So please feel free to check there frequently. We are hosting a mini event for those of you that are going to JNUC on the first night. I believe that's the Wednesday night. So if you are attending JNUC, make sure you check that out and sign up to attend that too.
I think it's Tuesday night.
Tuesday night? Okay. Awesome. Oh, I got a couple of holla-hallas on JNUC. That's great. We hope to see you guys there. All right. Well, thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, good night, everyone.
Bye.